Hello and welcome to Delight in Fright. I am Kat, and to my side is the lovely Luna. Say hello, hello.
Hello, everybody.
And
How's your week been?
my week's been good. The holiday weekend was frantic, but hopefully things will kind of calm down and I can have my vacation. So I'm doing like a mini vacation for a couple of days to
Oh, a couple days. That's good.
just de-stress,
Where you
relax.
where you headed?
To Key West.
Oh, how fun! Key West is a cool place. I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm excited to just be living that beach life.
Oh,
Just
yes.
in a bit of swimsuit all day.
Well, I hope you don't take the flight that our people did in this movie we'll be discussing.
No. Today we are discussing Final Destination series, the entire series.
Okay. So, without further ado, we will go ahead and show the trailer for the first movie, discuss what we liked or what we didn't like of that one, and kind of go throughout the series, discussing pieces of it. And then we will tell you which one is our favorite at the end, and we'll go from there. Shall we get started?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
I got this feeling. It's a weird feeling.
The cannon starts to shake, right? And the left side blows up, and then the whole plane just explodes. The plane's gonna explode! It's not a joke! It's not a joke!
You got thrown off the plane all because Brownie has a bad dream?
I saw it.
The plane! It's gonna blow up! It's gonna blow up!
All 287 passengers are feared dead.
Because of you, I'm still alive.
In death, there are no accidents,
Ooh, no accidents.
no coincidences, and no escapes.
Did it happen again? Did you see Todd die?
What if it was our time? What if we were not meant to get on that plane? What if there is a design, then it's not finished?
By walking off the plane, you're cheating death. You have to figure out when it's coming back at you.
What are you, God now?
He knows which one of us is next.
You have a responsibility to tell me.
I knew I should have hit on Tammy in the pool that time.
I'm not gonna let it happen, okay?
Nobody has control over life and death unless they are taking lives and causing death. Now, can you promise me that no one else is going to die?
Ooh, by New Line Cinema.
Yes. And can we just say that it was really messed up that all those people that were on the plane, only 7 got off?
Yeah.
Would you have gotten off if someone was like adamant that the
Um,
plane was going down? Depends on where you were going, right?
It just kind of depends. Like if it's a work trip, something I didn't pay for or something, I could just be like, I'll get off the plane and just tell my employer, hey, there was a trouble with the flight. Just, rebook one for me. But if I paid thousands of dollars, it's going to Europe and it's going to be this great thing. Probably not. I'll probably be like, oh, someone's off their meds, you know. Because, like, you see that all the time, crazy Karens opening doors in the middle of flights and stuff like that. And I would have a hard time differentiating whether it's just a crazy person or if they actually have valid reason to suspect that.
Yeah, but I think I would. I would get
You
off.
would?
Yeah, I would just be like,
So
no,
it's not worth it.
no, it's not worth your life. You can always figure something else out later. So this
Yeah.
one was released in the US March 17th of 2000, directed by James Wong, and he wrote the screenplay as well with Glenn Morgan. And Glenn Morgan wrote, well, he produced this one, and he also wrote some of the other ones. He wrote the third one, and that's it. He wrote the third one as well. So,
Nice.
what did you think of the kills in this one? Kind of the basis for the franchise.
Yeah, it was a good starting point. Some of the most notable kill was the bathtub, and then
Strangulation.
yeah, but it was crazy how it happened because like Death
Liquid death.
he really wanted it. Like you
Yeah.
see the water coming in and then misses, and then another try misses, and it's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna strangle the dude. That was insane how it all happened. And now I'm like thinking like, oh my god, if I see a puddle, I'm like, somebody trying to set me, is Death trying to set me up? Like, what is even happening? I've never seen an entity that determined. Death is an entity, it's not a person, but it's just a thing. But I've never seen such determination from a force like that. It's like, whoa, you really, really want these people cooked. I don't know. I think maybe Death had a quota, and these people are what's prohibiting that quota. So it's like I need to pump the gas on this. But it does take the series into the right direction, I feel, because now you're like, where can this also happen? We had the plane, sure, but where else are we gonna notice this? Yeah, strangulation, no breathing.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Instead of
some
breather.
liquid death situation in the bathroom, like
Yeah, a lot of weird bathroom scenes. That's always homage to classic horror because you had Psycho, and the shower scene. Like shower scenes are just iconic.
and it's frightening because you're
Hi.
so vulnerable. Hi.
Yes, you're naked. You're exposed to
You're slippery.
everything.
You could just die in the tub, like just slipping. Like it's not even like something has to try to get you or
I
scare you.
know. I have slipped in the shower before.
Me too.
So, and then I've hurt for days. So just thinking
I
about it,
bruised my ribs, my back and ribs so bad, like I sprained a rib, like I couldn't move.
it
Like,
happens.
It was rough.
So this movie kind of reminds me of like before, I don't know, something weird happened where like before my 30s I was ready. Let's go on roller coasters. Let's go on like 20 plane rides a day. Let's just go. I was in that go. And then something happened in my 30s where I'm like anxiety, like, oh God, I'm getting on a plane. Oh God, roller coaster. I'm going to have a heart attack. Oh God, this is going to happen. I don't know. It's like a switch just kind of flipped up there. It was really weird, but these movies kind of feed on that fear, and you're just like, oh God. It really kind of gets at you, especially if you have chronic anxiety about just things in general. Yeah, that's fun.
And I like the soundtrack in this one, especially the Nine Inch Nails.
Oh
Trying
yeah.
to save myself, but myself keeps slipping away. I was just like, yeah.
Ooh, the timing for that soundtrack is perfect. Perfect. Couldn't have done that better. So to get this franchise started, what would you rate this one at?
This one it's just, I mean, it's something that's never been done before. So I think we got to give it props for that.
Yeah.
We can't, I mean, it's a completely new idea, a whole new way of thinking about death and how things work. I would are we doing out of what, 5 or?
Whatever scale you want, either 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 5 stars, whatever.
With the 1 out of 5, I'd give it a 4.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's off to a good start.
And the best death, I agree with you, was the first one, the suffocation in the tub, and well, the strangulation, and then it looks like he killed himself, which is really messed up.
Yeah.
And then the second kill is the bus. The
Mhm.
third kill is a knife stabbing. And I love the sword stained glass behind her, kind of foreshadowing of her death by being stabbed. And
Oh, yeah.
then the fourth is the head chopped off. I mean, I love a good head chopping. And then fifth was a massive sign smash in Paris. So
Yeah.
those were the ways of dying in the first one.
Yeah.
And yeah,
But
my
look,
favorite is that one too, because I like the domino effect ones where you're like
Yeah.
you're thinking it's gonna go a certain way, and then like
And it doesn't.
it
Yeah.
goes a different way, and you're like, oh, I couldn't have imagined this. Oh, this is good. This is so creative. You know?
Yes, I liked it. There was no mass killer. There was no Jason running through the woods. It was just an inanimate force. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and,
I
and
like
really bad luck. You know what I mean? It's like really bad luck, you know, and
Yeah.
this force is just kind of feeding off of
feed.
it.
Yeah, exactly. I love the concept. I thought it was really original, and I can't wait to talk about more of these.
Yes, let's go with 2.
True. I have the trailer up for that one. Let's go ahead and roll that, and then we can talk about all the fun things that had to happen in this one. Still Noodle Line Cinema.
Is that guy drinking beer?
Uh-huh. Yes.
Son of a...
Kimberly, look at me.
You wanna go?
What did you see?
There's gonna be a huge accident. Everybody's gonna die.
Being alive after we were supposed to die, it caused a rift in Death's design.
Which means death could be coming for
There's
us.
Tony Todd. Oh.
I have this really bad feeling. It's not over yet.
Yes.
Yay. So this one came out January 31st of 2003,
2003. That was a great year.
directed by David R. Ellis, and he also directed the fourth one as well. And written by Eric Bress and Jay Makey Gruber. So, what did you think about the setup? Let's just talk about that every time people see a semi carrying a bunch of logs, instantly they go to
So
they see that.
So that has become a pop culture thing. When you see the logs, a truck with logs, you're like, Final Destination, I've seen this. So it transcends time. I mean, it's 2025 now, and I'm still like, those fucking logs.
and why do you think it is? Because the first one was a plane crash, right? I mean,
Mhm.
people are already scared of getting on planes because of things like that happening. And then the logs. I think it was more prevalent. People tie it more to Final
Mhm.
Destination because it was just so gruesome, and
Yeah.
it's something you come across more. I think,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're not a frequent flyer, I
yeah.
think more of the everyday people are going to be driving
Mhm.
on the roads and see the loss.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What I was thinking is it's more relatable because I get in my car every single day. I am very fortunate and very lucky to fly out like 3 times a year. And I'm very blessed for that. But if you look at statistics, I know we're gonna get into a little nerdy shit right now, part of the show. Um, you're more likely to get into a car crash than a plane crash. So plane crashes are way more rare than car crashes, car accidents, any sort of vehicular incident. That's way, 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 way more common statistically speaking. And people are aware that the likelihood of that is more real. You are in your vehicle every day if you have a 9 to 5 and you have to commute to work, or if you're riding the bus. There's other vehicles on the road, so I think it's more applicable to everyday life. I think, and it's just that scene is so iconic and so gruesome, and it's so applicable that it's stuck with people.
And you got to think of it too, you know um with a plane, there's inspections going on, there's maintenance, they're making sure that the planes are safe. While on the
Mhm.
road, anybody can be on the road.
Drunk drivers,
I've
anybody.
seen cars fucking duct taped together with
Not
with
safe,
no
yeah.
headlights, no
Falling
license
apart.
plate, you know what I mean? Like, just
People,
who knows when something's gonna fall off and be a
you don't
road
need to
hazard.
have a license to get into the vehicle. Just get in a
No.
vehicle. That's it.
Anybody can just jump in.
Anybody can just do it.
Kids go
Fly-
for joyrides all the time.
You see it all the time in the news. Kids stole dad's car, whatever. Senile grandpa gets in the car and starts driving and gets lost. That is so common that is why I feel it's more prevalent. And Chris says a good idea, a good statement actually. Planes are more normal. Not everybody actually sees logging trucks, unless you live somewhere specific, i.e., Washington, where they have the big trees and stuff like that. They do more of that tree logging.
Or if you're on like a main interstate, like if
Yeah.
you're cutting through somewhere,
Mhm.
you'll probably see them more. More of
Yeah.
now I see like just things in general strapped down to a semi. I'm like,
if I see safety features, like those trucks that drive behind the the semis that say large load or whatever, oversized load, if there's all those safety precautions and I know, okay, they're safe. If it's just some redneck dude that tied a freaking couch and it looks like the couch is wobbly, I'm
the
like,
couch is like bouncing.
nah, I'm gonna kind of go out,
Mm-hmm.
veer off and not have anything to do near that vehicle. It's just a matter of observation, to be honest, and a lot of people do lack that awareness. It is evident and prevalent in our society.
So here are the deaths in this one. We have the officer with the tree to the face.
Oh, that was fun.
We have Fire Disco Inferno escape, spaghetti slip, escape ladder, eye gouge.
Oh,
that was a whole like kind of setup.
Mm-hmm.
Pigeons drop plate glass on head. That kid smash. And then we have Jello. Kid smash 2 Jello. Man with hooks, elevator decapitation.
Yeah.
And then we have explosion, barbed wire, guts. Airbag to the face with the spike to the back of the head and pilled. We have explosion, barbed wire cuts people's guts out into 2 pieces. And then we have a 2-for-1 explosion in the hospital. We have a barbecue explosion. Arm on the picnic table. So which of those was your favorite for this one?
The favorite, because it always bothers me, is the eye one and the cop that got the logs. I have two favorites in this one. The eye one, because I'm like, anytime anybody's doing anything like in the Saw movies, or like have like needles in the eye, I'm like, oh, can we not? Like, the eye area is
I
always
need to introduce you to Dario Argento. He is
Oh.
all about the eye stuff.
Nah, I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Pass.
Yeah.
Hard
No,
pass.
no.
Oh, no, I'm good. I can't even put contacts in because I'm like, the eyes. No. Like, I've always had a hard time putting contacts in. That's why I could not do it. I'm like, get this freaking sandpaper out of my eye. It's awful. But eventually I might. But no, for now, eye stuff, weird. And the log scene with the cops driving, iconic, 100%, 10 out of 10.
My favorite is the barbed wire, the guts.
Oh yeah, very gory. I can see why you would like that.
Because we've seen the barbed wire before, just one way, but double,
A double, yes,
double slicing, extra gut,
extra
impelling.
gory. Yes, it is definitely up there on the gore scale. Speaking of scales, what would you rate this movie at?
This one is one of the faves, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Besides the third one that James Wong did as well.
Oh.
So I'll give this one 4.5.
Yeah, I would say that's solid. I would do 4 just to keep. It was very consistent with the first. It had more notable. I would say more notable scenes and kills. So maybe 4.25.
4.25. Okay.
4.25.
420.
A little sliver. Yeah, 420. Great. Everybody's probably high when they made this, but yeah. Okay, so moving along, we're halfway there, folks. The third one packs a punch, and you definitely will not be disappointed with the third one. Here is the trailer. Again, New Line Cinema. This time, finish them. Oh, yes. Oh my goodness.
The ones who got off that roller coaster are still going to die. Unless we can figure out how to stop it.
I never thought I could see my own death before it happened.
Yes. Coming soon. Well, we obviously didn't know it came out. It came out in 2006. What month and day?
February 10th. And I believe this is the one that was in 3D. And I saw it in 3D and it was great.
There was
one of them. I don't know if it was this one, but there was one.
Believe so. There is a huge affinity back in the 2006 2010 of doing like everything in 3D. I
had a 3D television as well.
Oh wow.
I was watching them at home. I'd keep my glasses from the theater, the fancy ones, because they'd have themed ones and stuff for whatever movie you were seeing, and I'd have them at home to watch.
Oh, that's so awesome. Chris said the airbag and elevator scene are the best ones. The one in theater one. The one in the theater was the one in 3D. Okay,
Nice.
nice. I enjoy some 3D movies, but some I'm like, whatever about it. Just kind of depends.
It has to be done right.
Yeah, exactly. So speaking of this one, what did you think overall, Kat?
This one, I think, kind of the main death that they were supposed to have
Mm-hmm.
was what scared me the most, because I love roller coasters. I still do. Like, me and my mom would always, like, whatever, the double loop, whatever it was.
Just
And then I saw that movie, and I'm like, and then I'd be like looking at the welding and looking at the screws, and I'm like, oh, that looks really old. You know what I mean? It's like some of them,
Yeah.
especially the Cardi ones, that they set up and they tear back down. Like, you can see them like rattling and shaking, and they're just
yeah,
like,
those are
"Ugh."
definitely not safe, but
Yeah.
the
But we like to tempt death. It's the thrill, right? That's
yeah,
that's
we
part of
definitely
it.
do a lot of taunting.
Yeah, and death gets pissed.
Exactly.
Like Tony Todd says, in death there are no accidents.
Yeah, that's true. So this one, I think for me personally, the roller coaster was probably the best scene, just because of that. I used to ride roller coasters, and I kind of stopped for the fear of, I always have this irrational fear of the thingy coming undone and me just falling out like that. And then in the movie, when they like undid it, I'm like in the middle of the ride, I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is
My
going
mom
on?
used to purposely like swing the ride more. Like, Mom, stop it! We're gonna die! Like,
Oh my god!
yeah, she loved to tempt death big time. Like, she was like, I'm like, Mom, ah! One time I was too little for the ride, and they let me on, and it was like a cage one though. It was like a cage, and
Oh,
the cage
you have
spun.
to stand. You stand in
Yeah,
it.
well, you were kind of stood. You were kind of like elevated, like on a couch, kind of
I think
situation.
it's called
Your
the
legs
zipper.
were something like that. But I slipped through, and I was in the bottom of the cage, going
Oh my god!
going around, and my mom's screaming at the dude to stop the ride. But of course, he couldn't hear anything, you know.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a fun, interesting story with one of those. My friend and I got on one of those as soon as they locked the cage and stuff. We started spinning like crazy. My friend was wearing flip flops or some sort of shoe that just comes off. It slid off, and that shoe kept flinging us, and we're like trying to catch it, getting like concussions from this damn shoe. I finally caught it, and I was like, "Don't put it on until after the ride." Jesus. That was crazy.
You were supposed to be like Abuela with the flip flop, like, no.
My god, that was an experience. But yeah, the roller coaster was very, very memorable, and I think it kind of set up everything for the third one very well.
For me, my favorite kill is the tanning bed.
Oh god, yeah.
I still don't like tanning beds.
I
do the ones that you stand up, you know.
No, I can't. I don't have that much of an issue with MRI machines, but the tubes getting inside the bed, and no. What if it gets stuck and then it burns off my skin? Like, no. What if I can't get out? Like,
Oh, you will. You'll when you see the new one. Yeah. MRI. Yeah.
Oh.
CT scan fun. Yeah.
CT scan, yeah. Electrocution. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, that's frightening in itself. But more to come when we discuss that one. Yeah. Tanning bed, I agree with you. Roller coaster and tanning bed, probably the most memorable kills. I would say from this one.
All right, let's go for number 4.
Oh, what did you rate that one?
Oh, this one, 5 stars. This is
5
one of my
stars?
favorites. This is
Yeah?
one of my favorites. Yeah, I love it.
Nice.
I love it.
I knew you were gonna like that one because I know your love
With the
for roller
goriest,
coasters.
you're like, yeah, this is
Yeah.
cats.
Roller coasters and shitload of gourd. Oh,
And
that's
guts
right up
and-
your alley. Destruction. Speaking of destruction, let's go ahead and roll the 4th one.
And was the 4th one the one that they were like the final destination?
Oh god.
Yeah. They called this
No.
one the final destination.
No. You still have like I mean not that many, but it's like
Got me.
what?
We're
the
fine.
total
That's gonna build
amount?
the fence there.
It would be that one tiny freaking bolt that just
We have to get out of here.
We're all gonna die, all right? It's gonna be a crash.
Have you lost your mind?
yes,
You
you're
saw
lying
it
to them
before it
again.
actually happened. We're alive, and so are a lot of other people.
I keep having these visions. I see how the next person was gonna die.
What do you mean, the next person?
Survivors in the accident.
What if we weren't meant to survive?
Oh,
What's gonna happen to us?
I think we can stop it.
drowning. That one's in 3D.
Oh,
There you
this
go.
one was 3D.
The final destination. But it was not. Oh my god, yeah. In 3D. Yeah, that's
Alright.
about the time everything was in 3D, like I mentioned, like 2007 to like 2010.
Mhm.
Everything.
Yeah, this came out August 28th of 2009, directed by David R. Ellis, the same director of the second one, written by Eric Bress and Eric Heiser. I think that's how you say it.
Ooh. So out of this one, which one was your favorite, Kale?
This one, it'll have to be the pool.
Oh. mhm.
Yeah. Butthole sealed tightly on the drain, and then the guts
Yeah.
come sucking out. I gotta
Yeah.
think for guts. I'm all about
You
the
do.
guts.
You do. Yeah. The drowning one for me. I don't know. I can't swim, so all the drowning stuff. I'm like, yep, that's it. Don't like drowning.
I was gonna ask you if when Jaws came out, you stopped going to the beach, but you were going into the water anyways.
Nah, I was
So
going.
that wasn't it.
No, Jaws was interesting. I respect sharks. I like sharks. I think they're cool. I'm never out far enough where there's a concern for that because when I do go to the beach, I tend to just walk on the shallow, just like the shallow part. Probably the most I'm willing to get is like maybe thigh, and that's a little too much sometimes for me because then you start sinking in the sand, and I'm like, up. Because then I can't swim and then it gets like dangerous. So that's I gotta learn how to swim. That's gonna be one of my New Year resolutions one of these days because I think it's
Nice.
important to know. Maybe.
Yeah, especially when you like going on cruises, ma'am.
I know. Just fuck it. I'll just put a life vest on me. We good. I got my life preservers here.
No, but I mean, a lot of the excursions and the fun things
Oh,
to do is
yeah, that's
in the
true.
water because
Yeah, the
You're on a
snorkeling.
port.
Yeah, I do want to do snorkeling. There's a lot of I love marine life. I think marine life is so cool, and I want to see some of the coral reefs and stuff. And you can't do that if you don't know how to swim. So I definitely would like to go either snorkeling or some sort of scuba type thing. I know they have those scuba bikes. Have you ever seen them? They're
Mhm.
little bikes that have the scuba helmets. But that even would be cool, but then wouldn't feel comfortable if I didn't know how to swim, just in case. I
Mhm.
think survivability is very important to be anywhere in the water to know how to swim. So
I mean that takes out jet skiing, kayaking, all those things you can't do because you.
yeah, kayak. I mean, I could, but if the kayak tips over, I'm fucked. I hope that my
I ain't
compatriot.
taking your ass on a kayak. If you don't
But
know how to
I
swim,
hope
you'll drown me trying to save you.
I know. I hope my compatriot is a strong swimmer.
Even though you
'cause
got flotation devices as big as mine, but still,
the current
you need
might
to learn
take
how to
you.
use
Never
it.
know. Yeah, the current might take you. Anything could happen. Even a strong swimmer probably could not help me in that situation. But dumbest death in the whole series was that escalator. Yeah, that escalator. I have fallen at an airport on the escalator, so I ate shit when I went to Cincinnati. It was snowing, and I fell on the airport on the escalator, and I was like, "Oh God, it's gonna eat me."
Ouch. But what annoys him is when all the like stuff and the gears are going, they're going out.
Oh yeah,
They're
Mhm.
pushing out, and she gets sucked in when the gears are pushing out.
Yeah. It would just
That's just a
bump.
physics thing. Yeah.
It would just kind of do this.
If the gears are doing this, it would spit her out,
Yeah, it would just keep bumping stuff like. But no, it doesn't do this motion. It does the other. Man, ow, ow. Yeah, I can see why that would be a little
but
annoying.
yeah, I still guess when the gears come out and around,
might be able to loop.
She gets stuck on these two sides, the two
Perhaps,
sides.
yeah.
Yeah, because the gears are, and then you get stuck on the other side. So
maybe
I don't know. I think we're overthinking it.
Yeah, I think physics is just not part of this movie. They just didn't give a fuck about physics.
They're just like, it looks cooler. Looks cool that way.
And they had explosions in this, huh?
Yeah.
So they kind of contracted Michael Bay on some of these. They're like, "Hey, Michael, what do you think?"
Trying to make it the final destination, like the last one, because they were trying to kill the franchise.
Final Destination people are freaking fiends, so yeah, not happening. So, what would you rate the Final Destination?
3.5.
Yeah,
3.5 to 4. It for like, this was the first one too where he could see how everybody was gonna die after. That was, I thought that was a bit much.
Yeah, because then it's like you tell your friends, and then it's like then he's gonna see the vision for the new one, and then he's gonna tell them about that, and it's just, I don't know, they will live forever at that point. That was an interesting one. Should we go on to the fifth one?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, 1 second. I have ads for the ad. Gotta love it. YouTube is funny. Here we go. Let me go ahead and present. Share. Okay, here we go.
see that it's been quite a while since your first consultation. What made you decide to take the leap today?
A lot is going on in my life. I don't want to miss anything.
When we're done, you'll have perfect vision.
No.
Do you know what? My assistant's giving me an incomplete file. I'll be right back.
Hold on, you're leaving? Is that supposed to be happening?
You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to die on that bridge. The lucky few survive the disaster. And then one by one, death comes for them all.
Are you saying that we can't stop this?
There's an answer for everything.
It's kill or be killed. Nobody's safe. Oh my God.
Ooh.
This one is one of my faves.
Yeah.
The bridge really gets me. I'm always nervous going over bridges.
Yeah. That's kind of true. I lived my childhood home was near an underpass of a freeway. We call them freeways, California. But it was next to the 10. We call it the 10. It was very close. So I always heard the cars and stuff. And every time I heard like an accident, because you could hear them like vividly, I'm like, oh God, the bridge fell and all the cars are going to tumble to my apartment. It's going to get fucked. So I definitely can understand that like bridge fear. And you always see it happening, that's the crippling infrastructure happens in all around us. And as bridges don't get fixed, you have bridge collapses and a lot of people hurt. It's a kind of a reality that we face, and I can see why that would be very scary.
Mm-hmm. And I used to live off of right before a freeway entrance.
Oh yeah.
So all I would hear is the cars all night. And when I first moved in, it was hard for me to sleep. But then I just got so used to the sound of the cars. It was like a white noise to me. Yeah. And then when I moved or was somewhere else, I couldn't sleep. I needed that sound. It took some time to get used to the sound of a fan or something else,
Mm-hmm.
So this one came out August 12th of 2011, directed by Stephen Quell and written by Eric Heisler. My bad. Yeah, Eric Heisler is the one that wrote this one. The other Eric wrote the last one, Eric Bress. Too many Erics.
Mm-hmm.
So this one, I mean, had a lot of really good kills.
Yeah. You think so? Which one was your favorite? I want to kind of.
My favorite's the gymnast.
Yeah.
She literally splits herself in half, and then the bones sticking out, and it's just like like when people break bones and then there's bones sticking out, you're always like, no, it's I see the bone. Ew, push that back in or something.
Yes. I obviously everybody knows my qualm with eyeballs and things of the eyes. So that laser scene just made me freaking like my spine was literally chilling. You get that like sensation where you just like gotta go because it's just like that. That is just like, oh my god, the laser. And I'm like, what is that thing in her eye? Does my optometrist have it? If my optometrist has it, I need to not go to that eye doctor. Or whatever the fuck was going on. I'm so bad with that. You know the thing you gotta look in and it like blows air.
Yeah. It
I
always
hate
scares
going-
me too, even though I'm waiting for it and I know it's coming. It's always
Look
like,
at the pretty, you know, like in.
but I laugh because I like being scared. That's why I do
don't.
Halloween Horror Nights.
I freaking hate it. And it's like, remember the scene in Walking Dead where they're like, look at the pretty flowers, look at the pretty flowers. I'm just like looking at the pretty flowers, expecting the poof, and I'm just like, it still gets me every time. I don't know what it is. It freaks me the fuck out. So eye stuff, no. Fuck that noise. Yes, that's how I feel about that.
Well, I hope you don't get any cataracts later in life.
Oh no!
Yeah, because they got to get them out.
Laser them?
Yeah.
They gotta.
But
put that
sometimes
thing in your-
after, you don't even need glasses anymore. Because you basically got laser surgery paid for. But the
don't
other
watch-
option is going blind.
Don't watch that movie right before you get you have laser eye surgery, because that's gonna like kind of fuck you up a little bit, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's you know what would be interesting? Watching the first Final Destination while on a plane ride.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like
certain
that.
it's certain songs that creep me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like which one?
Don't Fear the Reaper.
Ooh.
Yeah. Those type of songs. Or I'm leaving on a jet plane. And those guys all died on a jet plane. Yeah.
John Denver. Good old John. He definitely did leave on a jet plane. Maybe he was a predecessor to the Final Destination. He knew he was going to go on a jet plane, made a song, and then that's how it went.
It's just, I believe, that there are symbols and things in the universe that tell us about things or prepare us for things. So I'm always like,
yeah,
when certain songs come on, I'm like,
right.
But I'm so used to like things going horribly wrong for me in life. I'm always like on the defense, like ready.
Yes. It's so hard and exhausting to live a life like that, but I totally understand where you're coming from, because my life has not been the easiest either. I had a pretty rough upbringing. So it's like moving from thriving mode. From survival mode to thriving mode is like not just like flipping a switch. It's definitely very difficult. So these movies do like kind of feed off that like fight or flight instinct that all of us have more than other people because of our, things that we've had happen in life. So I definitely that message resonates deep within me. So I definitely like them. It was really good. So we talked about the first one.
Let's show the preview for the most Bloodlines.
Oh, Bloodlines.
Let's show the preview for that. And I know you haven't seen it yet. I won't give away any spoilers.
No, we can just talk about the overall theme. Yeah, I kind of ran out of time, and I'm hoping that this is on streaming soon, so that way I can just stream it from home. And I hope it's available soon, because I want to see it. I want to continue with the franchise, and I can talk about what I want out of this movie. And see kind of like if it matches with reality. Oh.
Family, you don't get to pick the one you get. You just gotta love the one you got.
I always knew this day would come.
I got it.
I don't think you got it. I held him off for years.
Charlie, get up here.
He's a relentless son of a bitch. Won't stop till he
finishes the job. Death is coming for our family.
Oh, talk about stepping on a Lego brick.
Grandma, what's happening to us?
Years ago, I had a premonition that started it all. I saw what death was about to do. I saved a lot of lives that night.
Everyone needs to get off the dance floor!
Lives that were never meant to be saved. But death doesn't like it when you mess with his plans.
This book, it will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe.
It all started with Grandma. Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist. What?
Only by embracing death will it pass you by.
Maybe that's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
Good luck.
Aww.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I've heard from that movie is that Tony Todd knew it was going to be his last movie, and you can definitely sense that in his performance. Did you feel like that was an accurate statement that I've seen on the internet?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Aw.
it's
Did it make you cry?
Like we always said, we can't cheat death. And, a lot of times horror can become life, and life can dictate the horror, of films and things like that. So,
Yeah.
he did the best with the time that he had, and a lot of people don't get a chance to say goodbye. A lot of people, it's just sudden, it's just bam, that's it.
Yeah.
There's no time to get
say
things in
anything.
order. There's no times to say goodbye to anyone.
No preparation,
So
it seems, either.
exactly. And yes, I know maybe some of that can be terrifying, knowing that it's right around the corner. But still, I think I just, with my mom, how she passed so suddenly, I just wish I would have had time to say, anything to her, basically. I
Yeah.
mean, she knew all the things I would have said, but it's just so final and so fast. But they did a great job of kind of tying up all the other films into this film without trying to give you too much
Too much.
information, but really the
Yeah.
commercial kind of hints to it.
Mhm.
Basically you can see from the Sky Tower, they're all dressed in like 50s garb and things like that. So,
Mhm.
this situation takes place farther back. So basically all the other films have been ancestors of the people that she saved.
Mm.
So death has been trying to catch up to all the people that the babies they had, all the babies, and, all the things that happened since then, because she saved a lot of freaking people.
Yeah.
So, of course, the family shuns her. They're like, you're freaking crazy. Get out
Yeah.
of our face. And, but yeah, the kills in this one, I think are very creative. They seem to be the most of the ones that more of the ones that I like, the kind of domino effect. And you're like, wait, is this going to happen, or is this going to happen? Or, surprise, yay. Death is so creative as we realize, if you've read any part of history or, current events, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think it was a really nice way to tie everything together. I hope that they're going to continue the franchise.
Mhm.
I hope they're gonna, continue to do more. I
More.
don't know. I don't think it needs to tie in
No,
with
with
the
any.
others.
Mhm.
Death is death. Death, people die all the time. Death's got to be somewhere, everywhere, multiple places at the same time.
Where would you like they I know they explored like theme parks, airport, Canada NASCAR, and a few other
Mhm.
notable places like that, escalator. What would be interesting to see? Like think maybe like a national park or what do you think would be interesting?
Hmm. That's rough because it has to be something that hasn't been done before. But I mean, you don't want to go with a school. There's already been too many issues with that. In the real
Mhm.
world. Um, so I don't know, maybe like a government building,
Mhm.
like the DMV or just someplace really that's really normally like super bland and boring, but people procrastinate and put it off. They don't want to do it. Like the Social Security building, getting your license updated, something like that.
Uh-huh.
I think
Oh,
would be would be interesting.
yes, two things that Chris said. The last one is pretty crazy when the guy gets a lawn dart in his butt. Interesting. I look forward to seeing that. And an aquarium, the shark tank breaks and people get eaten.
Oh,
So
good.
I was thinking of something similar actually. I was thinking of a zoo. Like Harambe needs justice. It was
But then
recently
isn't that just Jurassic Park?
no, because
It's a
Jurassic Park
theme park with animals that are gonna, I don't know, eat
yeah,
you.
but that's T-Rexes and crazy dinosaurs. I'm talking about every day, fucking rhino up your ass, like elephant, fucking the gorilla gonna fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Like things that are real. Like Harambe needs some revenge. He needs a revenge arc. So I think he was a good guy, and he was Cincinnati Sue took him out, man. So I think that'd be cool. The gorillas break out and just like beat people up. The bolts death is like, let me take out these bolts and have these gorillas fuck people up. I don't know. That could be cool.
But then you'd have to kill some kids. And some people are that bothers them. I don't know why. I don't get it, I think it's fair game, I'm an equal opportunity,
Yeah, murder for all
Yeah.
ages. It's
Yeah.
great.
Death
Like,
doesn't care. Like,
yeah. Yeah, that's true.
sorry, it's
And I
messed
mean,
up, but I mean,
and if you do kill the dog, you know what's gonna happen. John Wick is gonna come and fuck everyone up.
nice.
Gotta tie that in. Speaking of John Wick, Ballerina's coming out in a couple of weeks. That's gonna be
Yes.
fun.
So my
So.
favorite kill for this one was the one I hinted to you. It has to do with a CT scan. Yeah.
I don't
It's a
even know
little
what I'm
ridiculous and over the top, but I thought it was freaking funny. Like messed up and funny.
I already don't like being in tubes and confined spaces, so that one's gonna be a little rough for me.
Yeah.
A lot rough, I think. Is there any interesting eyeball scenes or anything? Guts, a lot of guts,
I don't think
nothing
so.
cool.
I mean, you saw the preview. There's a mower to the face. Had to have a
Yeah.
closed casket for him.
Oh, and that that foot with the glass.
Yep.
I can't. Ow, that would hurt a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There were kids on the airplane and the NASCAR track on the roller coaster. Just saying, that's
Yeah,
true.
there were.
Yeah, so kids at the zoo, it's fine as long as you don't like.
Because you gotta have the scene where the kid's like messing with the animal, taunting it, and then it like comes around the plate glass, and it's like, what?
Oh, when the bolts come out of the glass. Ooh, yes. Who's the real animal now?
I think I was thinking like a place like a Disney, but they already did like a theme park. But it was really just a roller coaster. It wasn't like a
it
whole
wasn't
theme
like
park.
it wasn't the whole thing.
I
Like,
think it would be funny to have like the happiest place on earth. I mean, obviously it can't be Disney, but something like
but
that,
yeah, like a
where
theme,
there's
like
like this
a
whole like underground
carnival.
cult
Yeah.
thing going on. I don't know.
Ooh.
That's a completely different movie. Let me start
Yeah.
writing. Hold on.
I'm thinking the carnival, like in a carnival setting, where you're throwing darts at the little balloon things and something. Death fucks with something and it like comes back at you or something. Because carnival rides, like we were discussing earlier, carnivals aren't not and carnies aren't the most safe of people and places. So a lot of shit could go down. Some bolts coming out, some shit going down. I think a carnival or a family attraction, kind of like theme parkish, because not just one roller coaster. Like, I think it would be very fun. Zoo.
I mean,
Ooh,
they've done
gardens.
SeaWorld with Jaws. One of the Jawses was in SeaWorld.
That's true.
Takes place
They can
there.
do Busch Gardens because it's got everything. Family attractions and
We could
elephants
merge the
and-
franchises.
Yes.
Jaws, whatever, Final Destination style. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's right into the
Final
producers.
Destination Jaws edition. I don't know. Shark Week.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, the sharks need to also make a comeback. Start eating the fuck out of everyone. They don't care.
When the glass breaks and they're kind of out of water. I just want to see the shark like scooching across the thing, going for some little kid screaming in the corner.
Popcorn. I mean, it would be a snack size, so popcorn it is, I guess. Yes, I cannot wait. So that is my hope for the franchise. I really do hope that it's not the end yet for Final Destination. I hope they do something, and I'm very excited to see if Final Destination, if Bloodline is the last movie. Are you okay with the series ending there, or are you like, no, give me more? Are you like, what are you?
I'd be okay with.
You'd be okay with it.
I'd be okay with it.
But it's okay if they do more.
Yeah.
Some,
Either way, but I'd be okay with it.
Some franchise like Halloween, it's done, dude. You put spoiler alert, but it's been a couple years. They put Michael Myers through the wood chipper. Like, we're done with the franchise. We're done. We killed it. It's done. Let's move on. So no more Mikey running around. But I do think that they didn't. I think there's still stuff to be explored with the franchise. But if they don't want to anymore, if they feel like this is it, then that's fine too. But I want to see what happens in the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I definitely want more new stories, but unfortunately, for you to get new stories, you have to fund. You have to support what they're putting out in the theaters now, because then the studios are like, oh, okay, people are paying to go see horror movies. Let's invest and take some risk on these independent horror movies, and hopefully we'll see more stuff. Like, already I'm seeing more things in the theater than I would have before.
Yeah,
like the ugly stepsister, like that never would have been in the theater if it was a limited run, but still I got to see it in the theater. So
yeah,
I'm happy about that.
That is very true. Yeah. So, anything else that you want to touch base on? I know we covered a lot.
No, this is definitely a good franchise, a lot of fun.
Yes.
And if you guys haven't seen it, you definitely want to check it out. And, it's not something that you have to watch in order. But I do recommend, so that you can kind of understand everything in the newest one, that you do watch the others. Not necessarily you needed to understand anything, but just so you can get those little winky winks and Easter eggs and fun stuff that they have in there for you.
Easter eggs are always great. I cannot wait. All right. So next week, we are meeting with Heebie-Jeebie Picture. They are a production company. They do a ton of movies. We're going to go over some of their movies that they've done and what's going on in the future. They are an indie production company, so it'd be very interesting. I believe the director and the producer will be joining us, so that'll be cool to sit down with them and kind of talk about PBGB Pictures.
Yay!
Yeah, so thank you so much to everybody that was here, that made it out for our Final Destination discussion. We hope to see you here next week, and spread some love always. Thank you so much, Kat.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a great rest of your week and a nice weekend. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Hello, boils and ghouls. It's your old pal, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper. And I want to thank you for listening to Delight and Fright with your hosts, Luna and Kat, a podcast for outcasts.